Brian, two of the seniors on this squad. 31 you see is Tim Stevie and Jimmy Myler for the Shelby Tennant Cardinals. They're going to start out with number 40. That's Steve Myers. Number 42, Mark Constable. 34 is Kevin Goshorn. Number 20, Scott Hutman. Number 32, Wade Hersey. And here comes Constable. Shelby is coached by Brett Winterhoff. They've got a big crowd here tonight. Missouri Valley's got a big crowd and vocal, as you can certainly tell. It should be an interesting ball game. Just about set for the tip. I think the key to tonight's game is going to be how Missouri Valley can get into their offense. They're going to need big games tonight. We saw that they do especially well when Chris Hiltz does well. Hiltz will be jumping against Myers. Missouri Valley controls. Nice pass. Missouri Valley commits the first turnover. Tim Stevie just couldn't hold the pass. They're going to go full court pressure. That's Constable. Gets it over to Myers. Still in the backcourt. Good pressure by Missouri Valley. Hutman sets the offense. Looks like they're going to try and clear the one side. Constable. Left wing looks, better find somebody in the lane to Myers. Hutman from three. He rattles it in for the first basket. 7:28, and they draw first blood. Missouri Valley commits another turnover. 2 turnovers in less than 30 seconds. The crowd's definitely into this. The Cardinals break the press easily. Hersey, guarded by Myler. And in the corner to Goshorn. He's the man they want to key on. Knocked away. Hansen comes up with it. Long pass down court. And Brian Knott gets the lay-in. It's going to be hard to hear. We better hope it's a clean ball game. Hiltz almost comes up with the steal. Miles. Hutman, another three-pointer. Nothing but net. He's 2 for 2 from long distance. Myler sets it up. Hansen in the corner. Looks for Hiltz. He's guarded. Stevie at the point. Not. Hansen cutting the baseline. In low to Hiltz. His shot. Off the back of the rim. Out. No good. Myers with the rebound. They're going to go long. He carried it. They call traveling. 6-2 the score. 2 shots from downtown by Scott Hutman. Missouri Valley's going to have to maintain their composure. Hansen in the corner. Myler is fouled. He's hammered by Constable. That's the first foul of the game. Missouri Valley to inbounds on the far side. Tim Stevie triggers. Low to Hansen. Looks for Hiltz. Has it deflected. Hersey, no good. Hutman, his shot no good. Myers, and a foul's called on Brian Knott. Missouri Valley's first foul. They said he was in the act of shooting, so Myers will get 2 free throws. First shot looked good and it went in. Got a nice shooting touch and a good backspin on the ball. His second shot gets the roll. He's got all of He's got 2 of their 8. Myler at the top. Gets it low in the hills, has it knocked away. Stevie down to Hansen, tries the baseline, goes up. overshot. Battle for the rebound. Missouri Valley just not hitting the shots. 8-2 our score, 5.5 to play. Constable from long range, no good. Hills with the rebound. Missouri Valley starting to get back in their running game. Hanson, nice pass to Myler. He's open, drains it. Jim hits his first shot. 8-4 our score. Missouri Valley man-to-man. Hills with the steal. Gets it to Stevie, 2-on-1. He pulls it up. Should have been a foul, no call. Hills low, hook shot, yes. Missouri Valley's pulled to within 2. Just under 5 minutes. Should have been over and back. Constable was over the line and stepped back into the backcourt. Hersey gets it to Myers in the lane. Dishes out to Hutman. Charging the call. Second team foul. Not inbounds to Myler. No pressure. Shelby in a 2-3. Bats it away, and Hills is going to be called for the foul. First foul on Chris. Missouri Valley counters with Don Power and Mike Jansen in. Hiltz and Hansen still in, along with Knott. And that was Myers gets his first field goal. 10-6 our score. Don Powers on the wing. Cross court. Jansen picks it up. Looks. Hansen on the baseline. Goes in for the lay-in. No good. Missouri Valley offense just not on track yet. Hersey. We've got a foul on Powers. First foul on Don. Third team foul on Missouri Valley. Myers to inbound. Gosshorn. Hutman out to Hersey. Constable on the left wing. Looks inside. Looks low. Gets it to Myers. Tried to get it in. Missouri Valley comes up with the steal. Jansen. Low to Hiltz. He loses it. Last touch by Chris. And Darren Austin comes in for Hansen. Hiltz, not Austin. Powers and Jansen on the floor for the Reds right now. Hiltz on defense. Cross-court pass to Gosshorn. Hits the back of the rim. No basket. Hit the wire over the backboard. Shelby fans showing that they weren't obviously at the ground rules meeting before the game. Not over to Jansen. Low to Hiltz on the baseline. Tries to get it in. And Meyer steps on the baseline. Missouri Valley with a break. Going to inbound under their own basket. Tim Stevie checks in for Brian Knott. Don Powers underneath calling a signal. Calling for, it looks like a triangle. Go out top to Stevie. He's fouled. Hersey called for moving in underneath him while he's on the air. Third team foul. Again, Missouri Valley to inbound. They trail by 4 at the 3:10 mark. Hills underneath. Got the roll. They pull with an 8. Long pass. Knocked out of bounds. Hutman couldn't control it. Missouri Valley can tie here for the first time. Austin underneath. He hits on his first shot. Missouri Valley back in full court pressure. shoulder. They call a blocking foul on Darren Austin. I didn't give him the step. In the backcourt, Shelby Tennant just gets it inbounds. Hersey, Goshorn, nice cutoff by Hills, good defense. Hills skies for the rebound, rejection by Chris, excellent defense. They battle for the ball, Constable comes up with it. We're tied at 10, 2.5 to play. Goshorn on the outside. He scored 19 points in the second half in their upset of Griswold the other night. Air ball, and Powers goes low. Tim Stevie put a bit too much arc on it. Gave Hutman time to react. They dish it out to Goshorn. Myers at the free throw line, drives the lane, puts up the shot, rolls off. Stevie with the rebound. He's hammered, no call. Comes up court, gets it to Hiltz on the lay-in. The net was hit, but no goaltending call. Hersey's shot, no good. They fight for the rebound. We've got a foul. On who? Foul's on Chris Hiltz. His second. Hansen in for Hiltz. Jimmy Myler's back in. On the floor for Missouri Valley right now. Myler, Hansen, Austin, Stevie, and Powers. Kevin Goshorn is on the line. Shooting 2 with the score tied. His first shot, no good. Second attempt, hits the front of the rim and bounces in. Missouri Valley trails by 1. Austin in the lane. Looked like he had it, didn't put quite enough oomph on it. Long pass down court. New into the game, Jim Gibson. Fouled by Austin. His second. He and Chris, each with 2. Could be problems for Missouri Valley. And at the 119 mark, Shelby's going to be shooting the 1-and-1. Shelby was the 5th seed in the tournament. Gibson, his first shot, off the back of the rim. Another with the steal. The lay-in is by Goshorn, his first field goal. Stevie looks. Myler's going to set it up. Powers on the side. Hansen back to Powers. Head fake. Jump shot from about 10. No good. 13-10 our score. Now under a minute in the quarter. Hutman. It's to Goshorn. Looks low. And Austin intercepts the pass. Made the cut with Gibson. Missouri Valley's got the numbers. Stevie. Missouri Valley retains possession. Last touch by Hutman. Finds Stevie, 3-point range. Powers rocks back. Shot no good. Hit the side of the rim. Hersey. Steal by Powers. And he's got the lay-in. Missouri Valley again down by 1. We got 10 seconds. 9. And look at the scoreboard. 7. 5. We got a whistle. Austin with the body. Gibson's going to go back to the free throw line. Three-pointer, no good at the buzzer. At the end of 8 minutes, Missouri Valley trails by 3, 15-12. And we'd like to remind you that Mr. Automotive has deer whistle alerts for only $10.95. It alerts deer, dogs, cats, and other wildlife to your approaching vehicle. The whistle helps prevent accidents and can be heard a quarter of a mile away. It's an animal and vehicle safety device. At Mr. Automotive, we go that extra mile. Well, you just got a taste of how loud it is in here. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Rich can't hear me half the time, because I can barely hear myself. Shelby to inbound, start the second quarter, and get it into Goshorn. Missouri Valley has held him quiet so far tonight. Constable gets it low to Myers. Battered away, Missouri Valley with the steal. Stevie goes in for the lay-in. His first field goal. Missouri Valley pulls back to within 1. Back in their full court pressure. Goshorn to Hutman. Hutman brings it across the timeline. Missouri Valley playing tough man-to-man. They throw the ball away. Missouri Valley doesn't come up with it. Constable gets to Hersey. Hutman, he's dangerous from out there. They're going to have to stay on him. Constable. Goshorn missed. Gets his own rebound. Puts it back up. We've got a foul on Goshorn. His first. 4th team foul. Tim Stevie needs going back to take the inbounds pass. No pressures. They bring it into the front court. Hiltz in the center. Turnaround jumper. Partially blocked. Constable with the rebound. Jim Myler slapped the ball loose. Couldn't come up with it. Hutman guarded by Powers. Gets it to Constable. He pops it up and hits the net. Doesn't look like he can shoot out there. He fooled a few people. Powers in low. He gets the shot. 4 points for Don. Still a 1-point game. Goshorn doesn't look like he's much of the ball handler. Didn't look real comfortable out there. Powers on Holtman. And Hiltz knocks it away. Don Powers brings the Big Reds the other way. Gets it over to Stevie from the free throw lane extended. No good. Ball's batted around. And Goshorn with the rebound. Missouri Valley tied it at 10. They have not led. Hutman. Hersey on the wing. Myler playing defense. Hersey going to bring it out and set it up again. Gets it to Holtman. Hutman. Constable on the wing, down low, throws it out of bounds. Brian Nutt checks in. Don Powers takes a seat. The Cardinals still in their 2-3 zone. Missouri Valley sending cutters through there, looking to find somebody open. Myler just inside the three-point circle, yes. 4 points for Jim. Missouri Valley takes their first lead. They're going to have to start hitting from out there to open up that inside a little more. Stevie almost has the steal. Goshorn, triple team, 3 seconds. The call. Missouri Valley with a chance to go up by 3, which would be their biggest lead. This is their only lead, 18-17 at the 5-minute mark in the half. Hiltz turns around, gets his man in the air, and lays it in. Shelby calls for a timeout. Missouri Valley up by 3. And we invite you to listen to this message from Warner Kellogg and Day, a Missouri Valley Big Red sponsor.
Insurance is something we'd all rather not think about, and that's the way it should be. After all, aren't you paying for that peace of mind? The Warner Kellogg and Day Insurance Agency understands your insurance problems. They're the professionals you're looking for, the kind of people that are with you through thick and thin, and that's pretty hard to find nowadays. No matter what your insurance needs might be, if you're looking for crop, hail, or any type of insurance, look to the professionals at Warner Kellogg and Day in downtown Missouri Valley. Call 642-4141. That's 642-4141.
4:49 to play in the half. Missouri Valley up by 3. For Missouri Valley, Myler has 4, Stevie 2, Knott 2, Hilt 6. Don Powers has 2, Darren Austin has 2. Constable looks for somebody to pass it to, picks up his dribble, low to Myers. Hutman from 3-point. That's his first miss. Hanson with the rebound, gets it to Stevie. Jansen can't handle the pass. Tim threw it a little behind him. And Shelby beats the pressure with the long passes. Good defense. Goshorn. It's to Hutman. He sends one up. We got a rainbow. Bounce in and out. Chris with the rebound. Saves it. And Missouri Valley goes the other way. They might want to slow it up. Stevie in for the lay-in. Doesn't get the roll. Hiltz missed the tip. And Stevie tries for the steal, coming from behind. Knocked it away, but didn't come up with it clean. Darren Austin back in. Stevie sits down. Don Powers going to check in for Brian Hanson. Hiltz on guarding the inbounds pass. Constable almost loses it into the backcourt. Austin playing man-to-man. Missouri Valley sticking with that. They've done man-to-man solely tonight. Hutman, Mike Jansen on Hersey. Goshorn looks for somebody to pass to. Cross court to Constable. Fakes out to Hersey. His shot from the free throw line off the back of the rim. Jump ball. No, they're going to call a foul on Myers. That's his first and the team's 5th. And Missouri Valley's in the 1-and-1. It's going to send Mike Jansen to the charity stripe. Still 2017. First shot no good. Gets his own rebound. Austin, air ball. Tough shot without the backboard. Look to get it in low. Missouri Valley comes up with the steal. Brian Knott brings it up. Hiltz on the wing. Has his pass stolen by Myers. Down to 2:51 in the half, and we're still 2017. Neither team doing an outstanding job of scoring so far. Myers tries to drive on Powers, no good. Constable tried to save it, and Missouri Valley comes out of the scramble with it. They've got 2-on-2. Powers, no shot. Foul is going to be called on Constable. That's his second. Hiltz is out, Hanson back in. And Don will be shooting the 1-and-1. No good. Don had an excellent night against Oakland. 27 points off the bench. Hersey, jumper from 7, hits the net. They pull within 1. Jansen has the ball slapped. Hansen in the corner. Back to Knott. Brian Knott to Brian Hansen. Jansen in the lane. Yes! Again, Missouri Valley with their full court pressure. Hersey takes it in the corner out to Constable. Hersey going to try the other side. Hutman, Constable. We've got a foul on Brian Knott. I don't know what he did. Holding foul. Myler and Stevie back in. Jansen and Knott sit down. Second foul on Brian. Goshorn's first shot hits the front of the rim and rolls in. He gets the bonus. Missouri Valley still up by 2, 22-20. Falls short. Myers with the rebound off the side. Constable's called for going over the back. That's 3 on him. And quickly up off the bench is number 14, Gibson. Gibson checking in for Constable. Tim Stevie walks to the other end to shoot the 1-and-1. Missouri Valley's biggest lead has been 3. He equals that. Has a chance to give Big Reds their biggest lead of 4 if he hits this free throw. 1:35 to go in the half. Hits off the back of the rim. And Shelby comes up with the rebound. Gibson on the baseline shot, missed everything. Ball's kicked, Powers comes up with it. Dishes off to Stevie. His lay-in no good, Hills with the rebound, yes. 8 points for Chris. Down to a minute, Missouri Valley by 5. And they throw it right into the hands of Tim Stevie. Gets it to Powers. They're going to call a charge. No basket. First foul on Tim. Darren Austin in for Chris Hiltz. Myler, Hansen, Powers, Stevie, and Austin in for Missouri Valley. First shot's missed. Powers with the rebound. He's hounded down the court. Stevie just inside the three-point circle. Needs to find somebody to throw it to. Myler in the lane. He's tripped. Second foul called on Scott Hutman. Jim Myler goes to the line shooting the 1-and-1. His first trip to the line so far tonight. Battles the first one in. He'll get the bonus. Missouri Valley up by 6. Nails the second one. Biggest lead for Missouri Valley is now 7 points where it stands right now. Down to 40 seconds. Gibson. Missouri Valley playing tight man-to-man. Myler on Hersey. Gets it to Hutman. Blocking foul on Powers. He was moving his feet. Got him with the body. Second foul on Don. sends Hutman to the line. High arching shot. Powers is going to sit down for the last 30 seconds, and Knott comes in. In and out, no good. Austin with the rebound. Gives it to Stevie, down to 27 seconds. Ball goes out of bounds. Neither official saw it. One looked at the other. The other one shrugged his shoulders and looked back. They give it to Shelby in front of their own bench. Down to 20 seconds in the half. 6-point ball game. Gibson on the wing. Has it ripped out of his hands. Missouri Valley goes the other way. They may hold it for one. No! Stevie tries to go into the layup. And the pass. Goshorn. Myler at the buzzer. No good. So the Big Reds come roaring back in the second quarter. On Sundays, enjoy an all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet with sausage, eggs, bacon, homemade biscuits and gravy, hash browns, cinnamon rolls, cakes, French toast, and much more. For late risers, we keep the breakfast buffet open until 2 p.m. The Copper Kettle also has gift shop and dispenses Conoco petroleum products. That's the Copper Kettle in Missouri Valley. Foul's called on Brian Hansen. First foul on Brian tonight. Myers inbound underneath their own basket. Looks for Hutman. He stepped on the end line. They turn it right back over. Jim Myler. Not in the corner. Back to Powers. Hiltz in the middle. Dishes off to Myler. He thought about it. Goes up. Doesn't get the roll. Hansen tried to knock it away. Hutman, three-pointer. Off the side of the rim. Brian Knott, another rebound for him. Missouri Valley up by 10. Hutman tried to steal, fell out of bounds. Missouri Valley's ball in their own front court. Probably the biggest crowd that Missouri Valley's played in front of so far this season. Into Hiltz, turnaround jumper, partially blocked. Hersey comes up with it. He's got to slow it up. He had it 1-on-3. Hiltz tries for the steal. Foul's going to be on Brian. Basket will count. Austin checks in for Brian. Myers looking to cut the lead to 7. Brian Knott gets it up court quickly to Myers. Ball's tipped around. Missouri Valley going back to what they did. We should have a charge. No, they call blocking. Jim Myler at established position. Missouri Valley bench does not like it. And for my money, I don't blame him. First foul on Jimmy. And do some housekeeping, clean up the sweat on the floor to keep a player from slipping. Jimmy almost comes up with the steal. Hersey pulls out. Hits the jumper. And no, Rich is not moving the camera. The stands are moving. Myler gets it to Powers. Rocks back. Hits the rim. No good. Missouri Valley's losing it. Goshorn with the lay-in. Second half. They've cut it to a 3-point ball game. And Cardinals making their own run right here. Myler, this is off to Powers. Ball knocked out of bounds Myers. Jansen comes in for Myler. Stevie for Tennant. Powers. Loose for Hiltz. Had it knocked away. Should have been a charge. No call. Looks like Hershey got the basket. It's a one-point ball game. Missouri Valley's going to have to do something to take this crowd out of it. We've got a timeout on the floor. And we'd like to remind you that Gurney's is the newest restaurant in Harrison County, and it is more than just a restaurant. Sure, you can enjoy lunch and dinner there, but did you know Gurney's has 2 party rooms for your private get-togethers, and private lunches can also be arranged. They also have a lounge with a dance floor that features live music on most weekends. The Jennings welcome you to their restaurant Monday through Saturday from 4 to 11. It's located south of Missouri Valley on Highway 183. Gurney's is more than just a restaurant. A Culligan drinking water system gives you better tasting water for less than bottled. So call today, and maybe you will have water, but tomorrow you can call it Culligan. The future calls for Culligan. Hey, Culligan man, get your Culligan service at Dave's Culligan, 113 South 9th Street in Missouri Valley. Full court pressure by Missouri Valley. Myers gets it to Hersey just across the center line. And Shelby still standing around on offense. Missouri Valley still in the man-to-man. Looks a little bit like his own, but with a lot of man-to-man tendencies. Hersey at the free throw line. Pulls up, misses. Hiltz rips the rebound off the boards. Myler brings it up. They're going quickly the other way. Hersey with the rebound. And the lay-in. Shelby's back on top by 1. Jansen, Missouri Valley's not scored in a long time. Hiltz loses it out of bounds. Last touch by Shelby. Missouri Valley's going to retain possession. They need to score some points here to take the crowd out of it. Jansen tries the baseline, cut off. Out to Stevie. They call him for traveling. He's quick, and I don't think the official's quick enough to keep up with him. Over to the far sideline for Shelby to inbound. They're up by 1. Goshorn tries to drive on Hiltz, misses. Austin with the rebound. Not a smart play by Shelby. Didn't have the numbers. Powers gets it into Hiltz. Turnaround jumper. Uncontested. 18 points for Chris. They lose the ball. We're going the other way. They call traveling. Coach Steele, probably not a happy man. Missouri Valley crowd is not happy. The defender stuck the leg out. No call. Now they're going to call Don Powers. One and one. Third foul on Don. While we've got a minute, I want to commend the Missouri Valley crowd for their sportsmanship so far tonight. We not always see sportsmanship from other teams coming in here, and the fans should really appreciate that. Jansen has the ball tipped away. Blocking foul on Don. He was standing there. Well, if I miss some of the plays, it's because I can't see a thing. Reds need some leadership right now from the seniors on the floor, Hansen and Knott. They trail by 2. Hansen gets it to Hiltz. Head fake. Jansen in the corner. Austin, turnaround jumper. Yes! 4 points for Darren. Close to a 5-second call. Gets it off. Constable down to Hersey on the wing. Missouri Valley staying with the man-to-man. We got a tie score. Shelby going for one shot. Goshorn. Hersey hits the rim. No good. Missouri Valley with the rebound. 3 seconds. Austin, long distance, missed everything. Can't get any tighter than this, folks. Might as well put the scoreboard 0-0. We'll be back for the final 8 after this message from First National Bank.
The First National Bank of Missouri Valley would like to take this time to remind you that in a farming community, it's important to have a bank that's in touch with agriculture, its financial forecasts, its financial problems, and the money problems that face today's farming communities. Combine that with the friendly service of the First National Bank, and you'll have plenty of good reasons to bank at the First National Bank of Missouri Valley, serving Missouri Valley for over 100 years.
The important stats to keep in mind for the final 8 minutes. Brian Knott has 3 fouls. Don Powers has 4. Darren Austin has 3. For Shelby, Constable has 3. He's the closest to anyone being in foul trouble. Myler, Knott. Myler at the point. Austin in the lane. Misses. Fight for the rebound. Shelby comes out with it. Holtman misses. Long range. Missouri Valley will let him try that all night. Hiltz is down court. Gets the lay-in. 12 second half points for Chris Hiltz. Missouri Valley looking for the big guy. He's coming through for him so far. Goshorn. Ball goes out of bounds. Said it was touched by Missouri Valley. Myers inbounds. Hutman tries one for 3. Missed everything. Missouri Valley ball. Hiltz from the corner. Has it blocked. They call him for the foul. Third foul on Chris. Only 1 foul has been called on Shelby in the second half. So send Myers to the free throw line. He's 3 of 3 so far. Misses that one. Myler gonna have to slow things up. Austin was mugged underneath, no call. It was just hammered down there, no call. Again, you can see the Cardinals standing on offense. Traveling call. He went up and didn't shoot the ball. Shelby fans don't understand that rule. They're very upset, yelling at the official. Myler going to bring the ball up court again. 6.5 minutes. Missouri Valley on top by 2. Stevie in the corner. Brian Knott for 3. Stevie gets the rebound, gets it to Hansen in the lane, goes up, missed, hit the side of the rim. Right now the Reds have to stay under control. Hiltz rips it away. Hansen Gonna have to slow things up. Had a 4-on-1. We're gonna have a foul on Hersey. His second. That brings the Missouri Valley crowd to life. Only the second foul call, so they've got 3 more to give. Myler, not Stevie on the baseline, steps in. The foul is on Myers. His third. Tim will be shooting 2. 1 tick under 6 minutes to play. First shot, nothing but net. Fifth point of the night for Tim Stevie. Missouri Valley goes on top by 4. They're going to play pressure up and down the court. Goshorn guarded by Knott. Moves it to Hutman. Constable tries the lob and the ball goes out of bounds. Brian Knott telling the players to stay cool, to play under control. Looking to add to their lead. Knott, low to Stevie, gets it into Hiltz. He gets the basket. 14 for Chris, rather, in the second half alone. And we've got a timeout by Shelby. That's their third.
Mr. Automotives has a full line of parts and accessories, including engine block heaters to get you and your car through the winter driving season safely and effectively. Mr. Automotives, we go that extra mile.
The foul situation is going to be critical in this last 5:21. For Missouri Valley, Jim Myler has 1, Tim Stevie 2, Brian Knott 3, Brian Hansen 2, Hiltz has 3, Don Powers has 4, and Darren Austin 3. For Shelby, Myers and Constable have 3 each. Hutman and Hersey both have 2, and Goshorn has 1. Come back out for the Reds. Myers inbounds to Hersey. Guarded by Myler. Hutman. Myers on the wing. Tries to drive. Gets the roll. Stevie goes to the corner. Gets it to Myler. Dishes out to Knott. He hits from downtown, standing on the 3-point circle, so it's only 2. Missouri Valley still up by 6. Hersey. Hutman. Constable fakes the 3-pointer. Hersey goes into the lane. Hersey. And Constable gets the lay-in. Didn't look like it was going to go for a minute. Myler to Hansen. He thought about it. Myler at the point. Three-pointer, no good. Stevie retrieves it down to 4-10. His shot way short. Goes out of bounds. Missouri Valley's got to take high percentage shots. They're playing good defense right now. Third foul on Tim Stevie. Apparently, in the official's opinion, he did not give the player Hersey enough room to come down, because he certainly was not moving his feet. Hersey misses. Big rebound by Chris Hiltz. Missouri Valley had the numbers there for a second. Myler, in and out. Hills with the rebound, turnaround jumper. We got a jump ball. Shelby's ball on the alternating possession. Goshorn missed everything on his shot. Stevie gonna get things up court quickly. Tries to lay it in, a little too fancy. 4-point game, 3.5. Hersey. 11 second half points for Hersey. We're back to 2 points. Missouri Valley's got to settle down and play within themselves. Hansen. Skip pass cross court to Stevie. Gives it to Myler. Into Hills. Turnaround jumper. His shot. His spot. 16 second half points. Go along with 8 in the first. Constable in the lane. Misses. Hills is an animal on that one. Myler in the lane. Shelby's going to try and get it quickly the other way. And Goshorn. 49-51. Missouri Valley asks for a timeout. We're going to take a minute to catch our breath. We'd like you to listen to this message from Warner, Kellogg, and Day.
Insurance is something we'd all rather not think about, and that's the way it should be. After all, aren't you paying for that peace of mind? The Warner, Kellogg, and Day Insurance Agency understands your insurance problems. They're the professionals you're looking for, the kind of people that are with you through thick and thin, and that's pretty hard to find nowadays. No matter what your insurance needs might be, if you're looking for crop, hail, or any type of insurance, look to the professionals at Warner, Kellogg, and Day in downtown Missouri Valley. Call 642-4141. That's 642-4141.
Reds squaring off against the Shelby Tennant Cardinals. Missouri Valley looking to improve on their 8-2 record. Shelby has an 7-3 record. Patience is going to be the key for Missouri Valley. Don Powers is in. He's got 4 fouls. Hansen gets it to Knott. Powers. Knott. Hiltz in the lane. Tries to feed it. Miss Powers on the feet underneath. Shelby with a chance to tie at the 2-minute mark. Constable. They've got it spread out. Missouri Valley going to have to be careful of the back door. They double team Myers. Shelby not taking very good care of the ball. Myers on the baseline. Throws it away. Powers comes up with the steal. Gets it out to Brian Knott, Mr. Cool and Collected. A minute and a half. Missouri Valley may want to stall most of it out. Hiltz turns around. Dishes out. Powers from the free throw line. No good. They call the foul on Hansen. I think it would have been okay if he hadn't swung his arm. It's 3 on Brian. Myers is 1 of 3 from the free throw line. His first shot. That was a pretty shot. You could tell it was going to go in as soon as I left his hand. We're tied at 51. Missouri Valley with a minute to play has the ball. They might want to just hold on to it for one shot. Myler missed. got one timeout left. And while they take that timeout, we'll take this timeout from Missouri Valley Farm Equipment.
Missouri Valley Farm Equipment says, good luck to the Missouri Valley Big Reds this season. If you're looking for good used farm equipment, then call on Missouri Valley Farm Equipment. They have a large selection of used tractors, combines, and other used implements. Or if you've got a piece of equipment you'd like to sell, Missouri Valley Farm Equipment will buy it outright or sell it on consignment for you. They're located at 110 South 8th, the former Great Plains building in Missouri Valley. Phone 712-642-2743.
The Missouri Valley's crowd is chanting, Shelby's going down. The Shelby crowd before we came back was chanting, beat Valley. Doesn't take a genius to figure out what that meant. Missouri Valley to play it in underneath their own basket. Shelby still not in the 1-on-1. That was only the 4th team foul on the Cardinals. Powers to inbound. We got 31 seconds and a tie score. They're going to want to hold it for one shot here. Shelby's got one timeout left. Hansen gets it to Knott. We're down to 20 seconds. Myler have to make sharp passes, avoid the turnovers. Down to 15. Missouri Valley retaining possession. Down to 10. They're going to look to Hilson low. Down to 8. 6. Powers. Partially blocked. We got a foul. Missouri Valley can win it on free throws. Fourth foul on Myers. That tells it all, folks. There's nothing I can add. So we're just going to watch this and see what happens. Missouri Valley can still win it if Don makes this one. A lot of pressure on the junior, but he knows pressure. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the ball game. Missouri Valley wins the Western Iowa Conference Tournament. You can see them celebrating on the floor. Believe me, they got something to celebrate. We're going to stick around for the award ceremony. Should be just a moment before we have that. While you watch the players on the court, we'll add up the scores real quick here. Missouri Valley cutting down the court on the basket. You can see Tim Stevie, the first one up there. Don Powers getting some well-deserved congratulations.